Well, just what we need here in the real estate business. We need to find us a whole bunch of new rules that we need to change. 2024 was full of rule changes. We're starting to see that already for 2025, including those that start January 1st. Wanted to talk a little bit about that today. Welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every single week to help you in growing your business. As long as you're following this page, you're getting training every single week to get your business going in the right direction. Well, as January 1st rolls around, we've got some new rules in place. I think they're pretty good, but it is going to mess up real estate agents a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about that. Many of you know, obviously, there's all kinds of spammers and scammers out there these days, and it's gotten way out of hand. And over the past 2 years, they've tried to get a little more security when it comes to cybersecurity and getting all the fake emails that you get, and the king of Nigeria is giving you $7 million and all of that stuff. They're trying to crack down on that. Well, in mid 2024, they started changing things so that if you're using a CRM, no matter what company you're with or what business you're in, if you use a basic CRM that sends emails. So if you have one with your brokerage, you've got your own, you've purchased your own. If you're sending bulk emails, meaning more than one email, you can't use free email anymore. So if you have a Gmail account or a Hotmail or a SBC Global or anything like that, your emails aren't being delivered. It has nothing to do with the ability to get them out. It has to do with them being delivered. So they're not being received by a lot of your customers. And if you are doing a lot of marketing, following up with your past clients, your unconverted leads, that type of thing, you've certainly seen that you went from a 40 to 50% open rate right down to 12%. Many people are getting under 10% open rates. And the reason for that is they're using a free email. You cannot use a free email. First of all, you don't look very professional doing that. I just did a coaching call on this last Thursday for our Inner Circle coaching members. If you missed that, just log on to gregluthercoaching.com. You can watch it on there with your password. But we talked a lot about this because, frankly, you don't really look like a professional if you're using a free email anyway. Maybe it doesn't bother you, but it certainly bothers the public. If I were calling my attorney and he said, contact me at jacobsonlaw@gmail.com, I'd be like, don't you guys have a company website or something like at Gmail? If I were getting with my doctor and it was, Dr. Johnson at yahoo.com, is this guy operating out of his house? Like, this doesn't seem like a real valid business. So that's a problem to begin with. But now they're getting rid of it because it's way too easy for somebody from Zimbabwe to set up a Gmail account, act like they're from Facebook or they're from, some company that you're working with, and say you need to change your password here. That's how they get your password, and they hack all of your stuff. They're doing that because there's no way to track that free stuff. So what the cybersecurity folks are trying to do is get rid of all free emails. It's way too easy to do that. Imagine you could set up a free phone number and just start calling people. Well, if there's no way to track where that phone number went to, then there's no legal consequences. There's no way they can legally go after that person. So that's essentially what they're doing. Well, January 1st, those rules change again. And those rules are going to be that Facebook is no longer allowing you to advertise if you're using a free email account. Now, they're supposed to give a little leniency there for 30 days to keep giving you a warning or something, but let's get it out of the way now. You're not going to be able to use free email. So kind of bringing this into real estate agents, of the thousands of folks that I work with, it is shocking to me how many agents are using a free email account. Your emails aren't being delivered. Your conversion sucks. You're not doing real well on getting any type of turning a monologue into a dialogue where they're just replying to you and you're getting a meaningful conversation going. Why wouldn't you change that? You can go to GoDaddy or go to any company that you can buy a domain name and buy the thing for like $8 a year. Why wouldn't you do that? As a matter of fact, Google has a paid version where you're not using Gmail anymore and you can register your own domain name. Why wouldn't you do that? That's basics 101. That should be done before you order business cards as a new real estate agent. You should own a domain name. I've got gregluther.com or gregluthercoaching.com. You could get your own name. It doesn't have to say real estate. It doesn't have to have your brokerage. You're not doing anything by saying, I sell houses fast at yahoo.com. I don't know, that looks corny. And more importantly, it's not being delivered. And now you're not going to be able to advertise. So it's going away. You have to make those changes. I just did a whole training on it the other day. And again, you can go in and kind of watch that. But I think the idea for absolutely everybody here is to get control of your email box, what's coming in, but also what's going out. That's a crucial factor as well. You have to have the right stuff going out. You have to have deliverability where the stuff does actually get delivered and received. If you send 5,000 emails from your database, all of the people you know, your past clients, your unconverted lead, if you send 5,000, I'm telling you now, using a free email, less than 500 even get received. And you've probably got a 5% click-through rate after that, which means 3 people saw your email, actually consumed your email. So this is a big problem for an awful lot of agents because I can see the emails they're using. And another problem is they're spread out between 2, 3, 4 different email accounts. Why in the world? Why don't you have 5 email, or why don't you have 5 phone numbers like you have 5 emails? What if you had 5 different phones and I got to answer this one and this one's different? And oh, I forgot to check the voicemail on that one. Why are you doing that in email? Because you originally had an email to get rid of spam. Instead of unsubscribing, every damn one of them has an unsubscribe feature. Instead of unsubscribing from all those emails, you set up a whole new email account. Well, guess what? You had good stuff going to the old one. Now you're checking 2. Sometimes you opt in with this. Sometimes you opt in with that. You don't remember what your password was over on this one. You signed up for this website. Did I use this email or that email when I signed up? What are you doing? What if you fix that today? What if you just get one domain name, one email account? You go to the old one, start unsubscribing from everything. Many of you in our coaching program, you know, I show you how to unsubscribe from 6 a day. All you got to do is unsubscribe from 6. If you go into your email today and you unsubscribe from 6 different emails, you will be shocked how much better your account is tomorrow. And then you do 6 again and you do 6 again. Before the weekend, you actually have control of your account again. And then what you do is you just forward that email to your regular one and you never have to look at it again. You have one account, you have complete focus, and you put an iron force field around what you're receiving. So this is about, keep in mind, this is incoming messages as well as your outgoing messages. Please do not assume that because you typed a message to someone, it got delivered. This is especially true if you're using a CRM or a mail delivery service. If you're using MailChimp, if you're using Infusionsoft, if you're using KV Core, if you're using any of these things, they are not being delivered at the rate in which they were. And that will continue going down. Why? Because they're thinking this is somebody sending out thousands of emails from a free email account, probably spam. So they're getting blocked. They're getting blacklisted. You're not able to get through. Even if you're trying to get through, you're not able to do that anymore. If your client wants to receive it and you want to send it, it doesn't get received. Best case, it's going to the spam box or the promotions folder. In most cases, it's not being delivered at all. Look at your open rates since June of this year, of 2024. They're going down consistently, and that's going to be completely gone very, very soon here. So something you want to think about here. And I think you'll find that, you know, with a lot of the content we're putting out to you, most people aren't ahead. Like, how has the broker not told you about this? Look at the changes that are happening in marketing. How has your broker not told you about this, or any other coach that's out there? They don't even know this stuff exists. This is what's going on. Look at the notice from Facebook this week, actually last week now, that shows January 1st, if you have your ads account set up with a free email, it will not be sending out ads anymore. It's not going to happen. They're going to have a 30-day grace period there. So you have to get real email accounts. Very, very important that you do so. So with that in mind, a couple of things I wanted to give kind of announcements and helpful tools for you guys here. I know that video that I did the other day is really taken off here. Unfortunately, it's about a real estate agent getting arrested. Over 40,000 views on that from real estate agents all over the country. I'm hoping I'm not going down a rabbit hole here, but I've been emotionally charged over the last 2 days, trying to decide whether to do a reaction video to another real estate agent that got arrested. That is the worst thing I've ever seen in 25 years of real estate, who frankly already had dozens of felonies. How the hell did he have a real estate license anyway? It's bad. And it's actually so bad, I don't even know if I want to do a reaction video about it, but it makes me want to gather all real estate agents together for us to do something really big to fix our name with what NAR did, with what this other agent did, all this other crap that's happened. I'll give you a little tip since you guys are, there's a few hundred people that watch the morning meetings here. If you look up scumbag Florida realtor, just Google it. Tell me if the dude took his client off of life support. I don't even want to get into it. I'll do a reaction video about it here, but he was able to get $1.6 million of stuff deeded to him and everything else from those clients. Man, it makes me so mad because all of us in this industry, this isn't even 1% of our people are bad. But this year has really been tough on real estate agents. All we've ever done is try to be legal, moral, ethical, do the right thing. And you get this small number of people that really do some bad things. And I think, based on the way the market's been lately, there's been a lot of desperation for some people, but that was just strictly greed. That dude didn't even need it. But you never cross the line. And I believe that with the power of our voice, what we can do as a community in real estate, we can repair that public persona. We can do a lot of things to really step up our game. I was actually going to look for some advice from agents on what's something all of us can do nationwide to really lift what we do for our communities, because I think it's needed right now. I think we need some good press. We have to acknowledge the bad press. You don't want to ignore that stuff. You're not trying to bury it. You want to acknowledge it, but then you want to show, yeah, there's 1/100th of 1% that's bad, but let me show you what we do as a community. So that's something I've been kind of struggling with about thinking about putting together as a reaction video. I know for those of you that do follow this channel and you ring the bell, you turn on notifications, you'll know if I put that out. That's the only way you're going to see it. I'm not going to like advertise it or anything. You'll want to make sure you're following the page. But I really think that our community, our industry as a whole is in need of a complete revamp for what we put out to the public. You've seen this stuff, right? The sellers and the buyers now believe it's true. They've proven in the court of law that everybody conspired to fix rates at a higher rate than it should have been. That's literally what the court decision shows. So they believe they have the ammunition to show that you're a scam artist. I think that we do an awful lot for our communities. I think more than 99 of 100% of our people here are legal, moral, ethical, and want to help others more than they help themselves. How many times do you hear an agent say, well, yeah, that's not fair to the client. You have to do that. You can't put your commission before the client. That's normal in our industry, that we put our clients first. And I really think that with all of the bad things that are making press right now, especially this jackass in Miami, Florida, I'll probably end up doing some sort of video on it. If you're not following the channel, you should see in the chat somewhere, you can just click that to follow the channel. Set up a YouTube account for yourself, and it's free. And let that be your first follow if need be. But I think that all of us have to take it upon ourselves. We've always said that's NAR's job. That's our local board's job. That's not for me to deal with. Look, guys, we got to step up for our own industry. And we've got a big, big voice. We've got for mine alone, we have 200,000 realtors, just under 200,000 realtors that follow me on all these platforms. We can make a big splash and show that there's good in this world. I think it's very crucial that we do so. I'm always here to help you, but we also have to look at the public perception of you. Right. So we can do a lot with getting leads and getting you appointments and getting you out in front of people. But if they don't have the right perception of real estate professionals and what we do, licensed and governed by our state, with a true code of ethics, if we don't bury and chastise those people that do bad things, we have to show we do not approve of that crap. If you look up scumbag Florida realtor, you will see all the articles about this jackass. And by the way, we all have this special little app we can use where we can go to his website and look up his cell phone number, and we can see everything that he's done before. How the hell does this dude have a license? For 15, 20 years, he's been getting felonies. sexual battery, stealing credit cards, forgery of other people, stealing checks, getting money from other accounts. How are we letting these kinds of people get real estate license? They wouldn't be able to drive for Uber in some cases. How are they getting real estate license? I think that we have to step up, show we are good people, really do a lot. I can guarantee you no other coach is willing to step up to the plate to try and help our industry at the level that I'm willing to do so, because I think that public perception has been off on us for a while. Blame NAR, but I think public perception has been off for a long, long time, and that's something we can fix. It's not going to come from us showing that we're going out for community service and planting trees for people. That's not what we're looking for here. I know that's been their approach for years. We're not trying to show freaking diversity. We're not trying to show any of that stuff. We're trying to show we're good people. We do care about our customers, which I'm telling you, 99 of 100, more than that. That is certainly the case. So it makes me mad. I get visibly angry from people that are doing the wrong thing, particularly when you can make so much money doing it the right way. You can do very well helping families, but there's a lot of crooks out there. So anyway, I may do a reaction video. If you'd like to see that and like to kind of participate in that and see what we can do to just help our industry as a whole and see my comments about this guy, let me know in the chat here if that's something you'd like to see. Just say yes, reaction video, something like that. And I've started putting some ideas together. I told my team, you know what, maybe I don't even go across that. I don't want to publicize it unless we have a solution, right? I don't want to put it out there just to talk bad about the guy. But if we talk bad about the guy as realtors and we show that none of us approve of this and it's not conducive of what we do in our industry, and here's some that is going to cause good in our community, I think that's the type of reaction video we want to have. And frankly, you got to have somebody willing to put forth the effort and the voice to do so. So anyway, might be some stuff coming on that here very soon. We do have a New Year's training coming up. I think it's our 15th annual New Year's training coming up. I believe we're going to do it on January 3rd this year, as Greg might be at a sunny vacation for a couple of days. We'll see. But if you are following this page, I think my team put a little link in there for you. If you are following this page, you will get notification of that. I send it out to all my people. And 2025 is going to be a big rebound for an awful lot of real estate agents, not only on public perception of us, but your bank's perception of you. If you start helping enough families, you're going to make a lot more money. So that's going to be coming up, and we're going to hit the ground running, be able to start with a bang. And I think you'll find it to be very, very profitable for you as well. So regardless, back to I'm way off track today, back to our topic of the rules that are changing. You're not going to be able to advertise, and you're not going to be able to email, and you're not even going to be able to connect with your current clients if you're using free emails. That's going to continue more and more every month. Frankly, it's been going on since June. If you look at your open rates, you've seen that's the case. You might be wondering why leads aren't responding to you, or you feel like you're being ghosted. That stuff ain't being received. So it's time for you to get your own domain name. If you do have Gmail, just go into Google. What the hell is it called? Google Business Service. I forget what it's called, but they have a paid version. Or you can go to GoDaddy and just reserve your domain name and use any platform you want. I think I use Outlook. There's a bunch of them out there, but don't use an Outlook email that's free. You have to use a paid one, and you might pay $8, $10, $50 a year. Who cares? Your stuff gets delivered. You get one sale. It covers you and your kids and your grandkids and their grandkids' careers forever, because you make like tens of thousands of dollars. Pay the $10. So hopefully that's helpful for you. I want you to get results from your real estate business. There's a lot we've got coming for you. Make sure you're following the page. I'm Greg Luther. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.